Welcome St. John's to this semester's first episode of Eye of the Storm. I'm Natalie Borikov.
And I'm Liam Armstrong.
We have the top stories from St. John's and beyond, and we're here to bring them to you. This is Eye of the Storm. Starting off with recent global events, the annual United Nations General Assembly took place this week as the world views of national sovereignty versus multilateralism go head-to-head. The Wall Street Journal reports that a variety of international issues, such as drugs, trade, and nuclear weapons, were addressed. United States President Donald Trump hosted an event Monday to combat the worldwide drug epidemic, warning of the scourge of drugs that continue to claim millions of lives. The president then outlined his administration's efforts to combat the problems such as border security, supporting law enforcement, and promotion of treatment and recovery. The Associated Press also reports that Trump said that a second summit with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un is also very likely signaling a significant improvement in relationships from last year when President Trump and Chairman Kim exchanged the nasty words of war.
More in politics. In the escalating case surrounding Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh, federal appeals judge Julie Swetnick has stepped forward this past Wednesday as the third woman to publicly accuse the nominee of sexual assault. Swetnick's claims were received by a senior committee staffer the night before Kavanaugh was scheduled to present his testimony on initial abuse accusations from Christine Blasey Ford. The three women accusing Kavanaugh of assault share similar claims of the court nominee's misconduct, citing his past aggressive behavior involving harassment during high school and college gatherings. Swetnick's accusations may add stronger evidence to the case, strengthening her lawyer, Michael Avanti's, call for an FBI investigation before a confirmation of Kavanaugh to the Supreme Court. In response, Kavanaugh denied Swetnick's accusations, sticking to his earlier claim on Fox News in the quote, "I've never sexually assaulted anyone." With support from President Trump and Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee, Kavanaugh vowed in a letter to the Disciplinary Committee that he has no intention to withdraw his nomination.
Students on the St. John's campus are starting this year off on a healthy foot at the annual Wellness Fair. Let's take it to Victoria Campbell for more information.
Hey guys, we're out here at St. John's University on the Great Lawn to check out the Wellness Fair. This year St. John's is partnering with the Stress Busters as well as giving away free blood pressure testing with giveaways, food, and fun. So let's go check it out. I'm here with Dr. Louis Manzo, and today we're going to be talking about the Wellness Fair and everything we have going on here today. So what is it exactly that you guys are doing and promoting here today?
Sure. Today, this is our Wellness Fair that we do every fall, and we partner with the Parco Foundation to help promote positive mental health and prevent suicide. So you'll go around, we have about 20 different tables that highlight different aspects of wellness, from sleep, from tobacco, from alcohol use, as well as other things about mental health, where you learn about the rates of suicide and how we can prevent suicide on campus, as well as sexual violence on campus and things we're doing to prevent it. We also have members of campus ministry having a table in terms of how to positive mental attitude. We have booths here from the Career Center about how students can thrive while they're here at the university. So we really try to think about wellness as a broad context in everything that affects students' lives.
So what we had was, we had 2 jars filled with marbles, and we would have the student think of something that they would say, something positive and calming to someone with anxiety, and drop the marble, and then the same one for the depression jar.
So the main purpose of the fair is to provide ways for students to deal with stress, which happens. There's a study that showed 61% of students, especially first-year students, experience a lot of stress in their life at college. So each of these booths is providing some aspect. There's blood pressure checks and things like that.
Hey guys, what a great day we had at the Wellness Fair today. Thanks to everyone for coming out and participating and showing your support. Signing out, I'm Tori Campbell. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Victoria. We at WRED-TV strongly support bringing awareness to the importance of managing both physical and mental health on campus.
In other recent news, 81-year-old Bill Crosby, one of the world's most well-known entertainers, was sentenced this past Tuesday, the 25th, to 3 to 10 years in state prison from drugging and sexually assaulting Andrea Constand. The events leading up to this case first took place in 2004, when Cosby gave Constand pills to incapacitate and sexually assault her. A year later, she informed police of the incident, but prosecutors declined to press charges, and the case was later settled in civil court. More than a decade later, a numerous amount of women came forward and confessed to being drugged and sexually assaulted by the media icon over the years. Cosby remained on a $1 million bail for nearly 5 months before being arrested, and lawyers claim that they plan to appeal Cosby's conviction.
A report from the Associated Press reads that the Trump administration has proposed rules that could deny green cards to immigrants seeking them if they're on any form of public assistance, such as Medicaid and food stamps. This announcement comes as the midterm elections approached will likely energize those who support or oppose the Trump administration's border crackdown. The executive director of the National Center of Immigration Law, Marilena Hincapie, claimed that this proposal is an inhumane attack on the health and well-being of so many families and communities across the country. When the announcement was made by the Department of Homeland Security, the department stated the proposal will clearly define long-standing law to ensure that those seeking to enter and remain in the United States, either temporarily or permanently, can support themselves financially and will not be reliant on public benefits.
The fall sports season is in full swing, and there have been some impressive developments from campus to National League actions. We're going to take it to Jordan Malik and Grace Lightfoot to cover all the recent events on SportsWire.
Thanks, Liam, and welcome to SportsWire. I'm Grace Lightfoot.
And I'm Jordan Malik. It has been a while since we last got to deliver you some sports news. A lot has happened since then, especially in the NFL. A very busy and very expensive offseason started when Jimmy G, who is now out with a torn ACL, became the highest paid player in NFL history, only to be immediately topped by Kirk Cousins. Todd Gurley then got in on the action, becoming the highest paid running back ever. Then Odell Beckham Jr. became the highest paid wide receiver, only to be one up the following day by Aaron Rodgers when he became the highest paid player in NFL history. Meanwhile, Aaron Donald was holding out waiting for his contract. He got his, becoming the highest paid defensive player ever. Khalil Mack, who was also waiting for his payday, then got traded from the Raiders to the Bears so they could make him the highest paid defensive player ever, one-upping Aaron Donald. Meanwhile, Le'Veon Bell is jet skiing waiting to get paid or traded.
In your top New York baseball news, New York Mets third baseman David Wright has officially been activated from the 60-day disabled list. Wright, a fan favorite and all-around Mets legend, has not played a Major League Baseball game since the spring of 2016 due to spinal stenosis, and has recently announced that September 29th will be his final game upon retirement. Wright will start at third base along longtime teammate Jose Reyes at shortstop to a sold-out crowd at Citi Field. When discussing the future, Wright has stated that he has a desire to stay involved with the Mets organization and could provide value. Many insiders have speculated that Wright could be an asset to the franchise's front office.
In major news out of the Bronx, the New York Yankees clinched a spot in the playoffs in a dramatic 3-2 win against the Orioles. Expectations for the Yankees were high after last year's surprising success in the postseason. This year, fans can expect another chance at the World Series, starting with a wildcard game against the Oakland A's on October 3rd. The high-powered offense of the A's has caused trouble for New York in the past. However, a dominant bullpen, young lineup gives fans little to worry about. With star Aaron Judge back from his wrist injury and closer Aroldis Chapman expected to return, the team is confident in their odds of success. Expect an exciting wildcard battle from the Yanks as they seek another long playoff run to hopefully win championship number 28.
After a season of highs and lows last year, things are looking up for the men's basketball team. Big name transfer Mustafa Haran will be joining the Red Storm as soon as he's eligible. He transferred from Auburn to be closer to home due to family health and is currently seeking a hardship waiver. However, we could get any word now because Shamori Pons posted on Instagram celebrating Haran's getting cleared. The post has since been deleted though. When he does join the team, he and Pons look to create one of the best backcourt tandems in the whole country. Also joining the Red Storm is Mikey Dixon. The former MAAC Freshman of the Year has transferred into St. John's looking to help the team make the NCAA tournament.
The NBA has also had a crazy offseason, from the decision cave to DeMarcus Cousins becoming a Warrior. But the Knicks are finally seeming to be moving in the right direction after selecting a promising Kevin Knox to go alongside Frank Ntilikina and Kristaps Porzingis. But the best news that came out of everything for Knicks fans was when new president Steve Mills said that owner James Dolan will not be involved in decision-making. James Dolan has fumbled his way to the title of worst owner in all of sports, and Steve Mills' statement deserves praise from the mountaintops.
St. John's University will always be known for their famed Red Storm basketball team, but many rarely acknowledge the success that the rest of the athletic department shares. The men's soccer team program, for example, our team has had 25 years of success, including a national championship in 1996 and 13 alumni players in the MLS League. The team has struggled in recent years with 3 consecutive losing seasons from 2013 to 2016. However, after last year's third-place finish in the Big East play, fans can expect a new era of winning sprouting soon.
That's all that we have for you today on SportsWire. I'm Jordan Malik.
And I'm Grace Lightfoot. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Donnie and Grace. We'll be right back with more stories after this commercial break. Welcome back. In campus news, the St. John's Fair Fall Career Fair took place Thursday the 20th, causing controversy due to the scheduled presence of U.S. Immigrations and Customs Enforcement as a featured employer. Countless students have expressed outrage due to the university's choice to again include the organization after facing conscientious disapproval of their involvement at past events. Shortly before the fair's opening, a university-wide email informed students that ICE would no longer be in attendance. However, U.S. Border Patrol was still present. Students protesting the event claimed inviting ICE into one of the country's most diverse campuses comes across as contradictory, as only days before St. John's announced the opening of Inclusivity Resource Center. Further, protesters shamed the fair's organizers for neglecting the DACA students' body safety, while when countrywide ICE enforcers are placing immigrants in detention centers and enforcing strict deportation policies.
In other news, last Wednesday, 19-year-old Brooke Atkins of Tallahassee, Florida, was left shaken up after nearly being kidnapped by her Uber driver. After leaving a club, the college student had a friend call for an Uber and was met by 30-year-old Destiny Green. She had asked Green to drop her off at the Edge Apartments. Police reports show they were also stopped by Florida State Police along the drive. During the stop, Green asked Brooke to hold the center console down, which she found odd. After being released by the officer, Brooke asked Green to be dropped off as she felt uncomfortable. Green refused, and after being asked numerous times, she explained to Brooke that she was being taken to the hospital. In this moment, Brooke's survival mode kicked in as she quickly rolled down a window and jumped out of the moving vehicle, consequently suffering some cuts and bruises. Brooke retreated to a nearby Walgreens and waited for the police to arrive.
Now we take it to Alyssa Dalio for an interview with the SJU Student Programming Board to discuss their upcoming events this semester.
We are here at the D'Angelo Center with Shane Crawford. Shane is the Vice President of the Student Programming Board here at SJU. Let's check in with Shane now to see which type of events are upcoming this year. How did you first get involved with SPB?
So my sophomore year, I went to activities fair on the Great Lawn, and I went to the table, and I met our current president, which is Cooper, and our past president, which was Rob, and I talked to them a little bit about what SPB was, so I was very interested about it, so I went to the first meeting, and it hooked me. We do a lot of different kind of events. We do pop-ups, which are food, or we do giveaways, which we do clothes, or shirts, hats, and other kinds of giveaways such as those. And we do other events such as this year we're doing Six Flags, Fright Fest. We do iHeart SJU, which we're turning into iHeart SPB. And we do the Spring Carnival.
Are you already prepping for the Spring Carnival?
Slowly. We're more focused on iHeart SPB and Fright Fest at the moment. So Fright Fest, we're going to be giving away, we're going to have ticket sales on October 1st at the Concierge, and because we're the largest bug organization on campus, we'll be also having buses transport the kids. So they'll be leaving at 9:45 in the morning, and they'll be coming back at 10 o'clock at night with the bus, and they'll be leaving at gate 4.
A special thank you to Shane and his e-board. Be sure to get your Fright Fest tickets fast before they sell out. From the D'Angelo Center, Alyssa DeLeo with WRED-TV.
Thank you, Alyssa. We're excited to see how these events play out this semester.
Now, here to give us the inside scoop on the fascinating world of Hollywood is Kyla Allen and Christian Santiago. We take it over to Entertainment Now. What's happening, guys?
Hey guys, welcome back to Entertainment Now. I'm Kyla Allen.
And I'm Christian Santiago.
We are excited to begin our first show bringing you all the best drama on this week's trending topics.
Last week, Netflix announced that a new live-action adaptation of Avatar: The Last Airbender is in the works. Based on the Emmy Award-winning Nickelodeon animated series, the new show will be a complete retelling and not a continuation of the show. Netflix claims that they are thrilled to support the live-action series and work with the original creators Brian Konietzko and Michael Dante DiMartino, as well as original composer Jeremy Zuckerman. Many fans are skeptical of the upcoming show, pointing to the previous failure of The Last Airbender live-action movie by M. Night Shyamalan in 2010, which we don't really speak of. Hopefully fans of the series can rest easy knowing that this time it's in the hands of the original creators.
You know, I've never seen Avatar, but I've heard nothing but great things about
It is the single most universally liked TV show, other than Breaking Bad and How I Met Your Mother.
I believe it. I believe it. Earlier this week, there were rumors of American fashion brand Michael Kors negotiating a deal to purchase the prestigious Italian fashion house Versace. This marks the end of independence for one of the most well-known and prestigious brands. Consolidations are happening all over the industry, as just a year ago, MK also purchased Jimmy Choo. A statement made by John D. Idle last year, the chairman and chief executive of Michael Kors Holdings, expressed how acquiring Jimmy Choo is the beginning of a strategy that we have for building a luxury group that really is focused on international fashion brands. With this new acquisition, it seems they're accomplishing just that. American brands are truly on the rise, with Coach falling not too far behind. Looks like fashion is on its way into a new era.
Or Versace's rolling in his grave. Either or, really.
Oh, he's definitely upset.
Oh, that's dumb. Even though football season has only just begun, everyone is already talking about the upcoming Super Bowl 53, as Maroon 5 has just been announced as this year's halftime performance. The big game is set to take place in Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz Stadium, causing a bit of controversy given the vast range of artists originating from the entertainment metropolis, none of which being Maroon 5. Many artists who achieve their rise to fame in Atlanta are usually from the hip-hop or R&B genre, including T.I., Future, Ludacris, Outkast, Childish Gambino, just to name a few. And responding to the backlash, fans of Maroon 5 pointed out that the band was a clear choice for the overall viewership, given their recent album release and current U.S. tour. To lighten the blow for fans in disfavor of the selected band have cheered up due to rumors that Cardi B is negotiating an appearance at the February 3rd show, even though she's from the Bronx and not, like, from Atlanta. Whatever. There's so many good artists from Atlanta, and why choose Maroon 5? It's ridiculous to me.
I mean, Cardi B will bring the hype, for sure.
Just put Migos in. We wanted that last year.
Yet again, having drawn hundreds of hopeful models from around the world to try out for a highly selective spot, Victoria's Secret has just wrapped up casting for its annual fashion show. With an impressive cast of top models such as Bella Hadid and Winnie Harlow already set in place, the company has made clear that this year's show will not disappoint. New York City, the fashion capital, will be hosting the over-the-top event, likely taking place in late November. As Victoria's Secret loves to recast their favorite models, it is expected that the usual lineup, including Adriana Lima and other angels, will be returning to the show. Though the lingerie show has faced controversy for limited diversity and risque attire, it continues to draw hype for being one of the modeling industry's most lucrative events. I mean, I definitely watch it every year.
I don't. Happy belated birthday to beloved actor Will Smith, who celebrated his 50th by bungee jumping from a helicopter over 1,000 feet above the Grand Canyon. The nonprofit charity event was hosted by Smith's longtime friend Alfonso Ribeiro, aka Carlton from The Fresh Prince. Smith's whole family, along with a crowd of fans, were in attendance as he spoke a few words before the jump. He talked about how the jump was inspired by a fear he experienced on a family trip to the Grand Canyon in 1976. After being challenged to the jump by Yes Theory, Smith was determined to attack his fear. In the end, he clearly succeeded, saying that the jump took him, quote, from pure terror to absolute bliss.
And Will Smith remains the coolest person ever.
Oh, absolutely. He shouldn't have as awesome of an Instagram as he does, and it's incredible.
Another largely anticipated series for the platform, Netflix's recent release of the 10-part miniseries Maniac, starring Emma Stone and Jonah Hill, has been met with some ambivalent reviews. Following a series of mind-bending pharmaceutical trials, the two depressed stars seal a connection while traveling within computer-generated worlds. While some view the show as a hyper-surreal take on human connection, most see the series as being stuck inside its own head. Entertainment media network The Muse claims that the show stretches a simple idea about the relatable fear that we will never truly be okay into something meaningless and dull. Through murky symbolism, wallowing themes, and unnecessary tangents, director Cary Fukunaga may have gone overboard and rendered this hyped-up miniseries into a jumble of meaningless scenes and clips.
No, it's so good. It's very, very, very good.
I've never seen it. I gotta check it
I
out
like
now.
things that are weird. I don't know. Well, that's all the exciting news from Hollywood that we have for you guys today. I'm Christian Santiago.
And I'm Kyla Allen. See you guys next time.
Thanks, guys. Now, before we end the show, we'd like to leave you with a smile. Here to shine a spotlight on the often overlooked positive side of news is Jenna Nace with Sunny Side Up.
Thank you, Natalie. I'm Jenna Nace with Sunny Side Up, here to share some stories that are sure to put a smile on your face. Following the wrath of Hurricane Florence, rural Virginia community resident Bill Ford reported that himself, as well as several neighbors, were trapped in their Amelia County homes after floodwaters reached a 10-foot drop in the private road which runs through their neighborhood. Typically, this type of damage would cost about $10,000 to fix. However, after broadcasting the issue through local news outlets and social media, a team of contractors and engineers offered to fix the road themselves. The team of volunteers was organized by Winston Marston, a Lynchburg business owner who reported feeling urged to help after reading Ford's posts on social media. Ford and Marston coordinated this process through several phone calls, but after seeing each other in person, they realized they had already met. Ford is the former deputy of the Amelia County Sheriff's Department. In 2000, he answered a call about a young man who had fallen into an icy creek. Ford immediately rushed the man to the hospital where he was saved. That man was Marston, and now 18 years later, he is overjoyed to be repaying the debt to his hero. Marston reports that fulfilling this promise is his top priority, bringing their story full circle. Calling all cat lovers, the Shabby Tabby Cat Cafe is opening this Saturday in Sayville, Long Island. Missing her own pet's presence at home, owner Ryan Shea became involved with cat rescue organizations, visiting feline-inhabited cafes in other cities. Ryan was quickly inspired to open her own cafe to be a place of relaxation for visitors wanting to interact and hopefully adopt homeless cats. The cafe is furnished with cushioned seating and a variety of cat ladders with toys for the felines. 15 to 20 cats roam freely in the cafe at a time and arrive from the Golden Paw Society in Huntington, New York. A 1-hour session costs $15, and monthly memberships are often available for $100 to support the animal's adoption. Good news for all the romantics out there, it appears that love is alive and well in America. According to recent studies, the divorce rate is in steady decline, having dropped 18% from 2008 to 2016 as a result of the maturing millennial population. A sociology professor at Johns Hopkins University claims this decline is largely due to the country's rising percentage of college graduates. Research shows that couples with degrees wait longer to marry, therefore achieve financial responsibility, maturity, and stable careers, which increase the chance of lasting marriage. This news proves to couples that mature, lasting relationships are possible and gives hopes to the romantics that true love may exist after all. That's all the cheerful news for now on Sunny Side Up. I hope these stories brighten your day. Now back to Natalie and Liam.
Thanks, Jenna, for the heartwarming stories. I can't think of a better way to wrap up. Well, that's all we have for this edition of Eye of the Storm. For all of the latest content, like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at WRED-TV.
Also be sure to check us out at WRED-TV.com to keep up with all of our episodes and to find out how you can be a part of our productions. From all of us here, I'm Liam Armstrong.
And I'm Natalie Borakov. Thank you all for tuning in to our first episode of the semester. Here's to a successful year.